I used to go to school like from morning. I wake up. I used to live at Tanja, so I would wake up 4 a.m. in the morning. And prepare. And then get out of the house by 4:30. And then I'll be at school by 7. I'm usually the first student in my school.
So it took you
First student.
4:30, 5:30, 2.5 hours
Sometimes. Yeah, because I used.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Aisha May. So basically I'm here with Fatamatta. I did a video with her before and we are going to have a discussion about like what it was like growing up here in Gambia and also what it was like for me and about kind of like schooling here for people that are kind of interested in those kind of topics. So let me introduce her again. She has been here before. Say hi. Sorry, go on.
That's fine. Nice to see you again.
So yeah, we're just gonna have a chat. It's not gonna be very formal, you know how I kind of am on my channel. So yeah, like where should we start, I suppose?
I think anywhere would do.
Yeah. Okay, so what was it like for you growing up here in Gambia?
Well, I would say it's one of the best experiences I've heard in my entire life because like I always say that I can't live anywhere if not in Gambia, so it's more like home.
What was school like your social life, those kind of aspects?
Our schooling in Gambia, I could say it's a very huge experience. Because like we have two types of syllabus in Gambia, which is the WAEC, the West African Examination Council syllabus, and the IGCSE, which is the Cambridge syllabus. So we have like just a very minimal schools that are doing the Cambridge. So like the Cambridge syllabus is like from the IGCSE, they do like Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5. That's from if you're done with your 6th grade, like from the age 14, 15, you start Form 1. And then you go down to Form 5 and then you start going to university.
Okay.
If it is in the West African Examination Council, that one you start like grade 9, grade 10, 11, 12, and then you go to university.
Oh, that kind of sounds, I'm not 100% sure because I know America they do their schooling kind of different way. It kind of sounds similar to how they do it, I think.
Alright.
Because like in the UK, I'm just going off of my experience. I was at school a long time ago, but but I think it's changed. It's changed quite a lot in London. But anyway, so when I was at school, it'll be nursery. It's an option. You don't have to go to nursery, but I did. Yeah, I went to nursery, and that is from some nurseries. You can go from literally months old.
Yeah, that's the daycare.
Yeah, so they have the same here.
Yeah, we have daycares as well.
And then you can be there up until you're 3, no, going on 4. Yeah, 3 going on 4. And then, because for me, it would have been 3 going on 4 because my birthday's in July, and then the school holidays they finish. They used to finish just before my birthday, but now it's after, so it's like in the 20s. So I used to be the youngest, and my birthday would turn, and then or one of the youngest, because there's obviously those that are born in August that are younger than me. But anyway, I'm going off a tangent. So so from there, then you go to primary school. Okay. So that would be from age 4 till you're 10, 11.
All right.
And then you'll start secondary school. And secondary school is from 11 till you're 15, 16. And then after that you can go to college. All right. So but I think this has changed. I don't think they have college anymore. I think they have 6th form. So from secondary school it carries on until you leave and you're 18, from what I think. But when I was, it was college from 16 to potentially 18 or 19. For me it was 19, and then you can go on to university from there like that.
For the Gambia here, what happened is if you are 6 months old, your parents take you to daycare, which is very optional. You go to daycare for a year or 2 until you're 3, then you start nursery 1. When you're 3, you start nursery 1, then 4 nursery 2, 5 nursery 3, some 6 nursery 3, then 7 years you start your first grade. That's grade 1.
Oh.
For 6 years you will be in the primary school. That's grade 1 to grade 6. Then from grade 1 to grade 6 you will be in your junior school. That's grade 7 to grade 9. And then you will go to your high school, and high school is from grade 10 to 12.
Oh yes, it's so different.
Yeah, so it's a bit different.
Yeah.
So high school is like 3 years,
Yes.
junior school is 3 years, primary school is 6 years, and then
Right.
nursery school is 3 years.
Oh.
So if you're coming from outside, like you were in grade 5,
Yeah.
then when you're coming, you need a transcript
Oh.
to show that you
okay.
were in this grade, and you need to be
Transferred into
transferred into a school with the same grade. So
Right. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's different. Yeah.
it's a bit different.
Yeah. So like one aspect of what I loved when I was at school is I used to love playtime.
Okay.
Because for me it was the time you could be free, it was the time you didn't have to listen to anyone, it was the time you could just play out with your friends, be a bit naughty or whatever. So I used to love that aspect. What what part did you like?
For me, I was like more of a technical student.
Oh,
I was like, usually in most of the schools that I used to go, like I was always the head, so I was always occupied. Yeah. I was one of the best students
Really?
in all schools that I went
So
to.
you were better than me. You were better than me.
I was always into responsibilities, because if I'm not the prefect of the class, then I'm the head girl of the school. So
Yeah.
you don't have time to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because even once it happened, a teacher wrote in my results, it was
Yeah.
a perfect result, but
Wow.
what he wrote there, he gave me a C
Yeah.
for punctuality. He said because I spent most of the days and the time roaming from one class to another. I don't stay in one class.
Oh, wow.
My mom had a fight with that teacher.
Oh, really? Wow.
She didn't like that. Oh, she said that you can. My daughter cannot have A's in all subjects, and then you give her a C
Yes.
just because she's jumping from one class to another.
Yes, it doesn't
So,
make any sense.
You gave her the responsibility to jump from one class to another because you made her the head girl. So
Yeah.
my school experience was like a really tough one.
Wow.
And I was a technical student. I love doing a lot of things and
that's
discovering
good.
life and all those things. So
So here with school you have to pay, right?
yes, it depends. We have the government school and we have the private school.
Oh, okay.
So the government school is like almost free.
Yes.
Yeah, we have but the government school usually is from the primary school to the junior school, the senior school.
Okay. So when you say almost free, what do you mean?
Sometimes you just have to pay maybe for the exams, your results come out, or sometimes you just have to pay maybe some little contributions that are done in the school, or you just buy your uniforms or your books. You know, it's not completely free. They're not giving you everything. But
Yeah.
the education is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I suppose the similarity with that is in the UK primary school, you have to buy your uniform. That is never free.
All right.
Unless you go to a school, which I do know of one, a primary school, where you can wear your own clothes.
Yeah.
But again, obviously, you still have to buy those clothes anyway.
Well, in
so-
Gambia, every school you go, you need to wear a uniform.
Yes. Oh, okay. So there's no uniform-free schools.
Yeah, there's no uniform free schools, but we have like Friday wears.
Yeah.
It's like sport wears. So you have your shirts and your t-shirts, school t-shirts. So,
okay.
but it is from the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like any kind of shirts that you can wear or any kind of
Yourself.
t-shirts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But in the private sector, things are way different. It's usually paid, especially when it comes to the Cambridge syllabus.
Yes.
We have second schools like Marina International, we have CBEC International, we have Glory Baptist International, we have the American International School, and we have a few other schools. They are not much, but they do with the Cambridge University.
Okay.
And these books that they use are only found at Timbuktu bookstore.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
In my last video, I think it was my last video,
Yeah.
or one of my videos anyway, I put Timbuktu in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, that's where they'll buy, because I saw they had so many different books for syllabuses and all kinds of things for school.
That's right.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so if you're doing the Cambridge syllabus, I did the Cambridge syllabus,
Yes.
but I also did the WAS because I had the chance to do a private exams with the WAS,
Yes.
and it came out well.
Oh.
And then I was going to the Cambridge syllabus schools, so
Ah.
like I had both experiences. And I went through the public school as well, and I went through the private schools as well. So I have both experiences, but it's kind of different.
Which one did you prefer?
Well, the government school taught me a lot in life because it showed me that people are not equal.
Yes.
And we learn to appreciate each other the way we are.
Yes. Yes.
But in private school, mostly it's like my mom's rich, you know, my father's rich, you know, trying to show each other, you know,
showing off a bit.
Yeah, showing off a bit. But in government school, I learned a lot.
Yes.
But the education sometimes is really different because in government school, you have so many students in one class.
Yeah.
You have up 50, 40 students in one class.
That is a lot.
So sometimes to have the students to concentrate a lot.
Yeah.
It's sometimes very difficult.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to if you're very weak in capturing things.
Yes.
They are slow learners, they are fast learners, so it depends on what you are.
It's a mixture of everybody.
Yeah. So in government school they mix everything. But in private school what happens is like you have a first class, that's A, B, C.
Yes.
So the most brilliant will be in the first class.
That would be you.
Yeah, that would be me and my team. And then the second will be in the second class, and then the less brilliant people will be in the last class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. It's okay.
That's how they do it at schools in the UK as well. They have them in groups to make it easier for the teacher. You can.
It's okay.
To make it easier for the teacher to teach the children because I actually used to work in schools years ago. For a long time, and there was once where I worked in the UK where they did have a mixture of they call it year 3 and year 4, which was very unusual. I've never seen that before. Not saying that it doesn't happen at all in the UK. I can't say that. I can only speak of my experience that I've had. But yeah, I had never seen that before, so it was very unusual, and I could see that it was a bit harder for the teacher to be able to teach because there's so many different sets to keep up with, you know. Even though she was a very good teacher, I would never take that from her. She was a very good teacher, but I can imagine that must be quite stressful. But yeah, even for myself when I was at school, my schooling experience wasn't fantastic. I mean, my primary school experience I enjoyed so much. I loved it.
In primary?
Listen, all I did was play.
I see you like to play.
Yeah, I just played and I just had the time of my life.
All right.
Which obviously doesn't show you that my work wasn't as great because my school at the time, I must admit, was not a very good school. It was good for some things but not good for other things. And I think because of that, when in my last year primary school, we have SATs exams in year 6. And I remember being told, it's just like your spellings, because they would give us weekly spellings.
All right.
So I didn't take it very seriously. I didn't take it very seriously, so my grades were really terrible. And then that set me off for a really hard start at secondary school. Because I was a lot smarter than what my grades showed, but because I just took school at primary school
That's a joke.
as a playtime, my results reflected, you know, that at the end of the day, I'm just being honest, like, you know, I'm not going to pretend like I was this brain box, because I really wasn't. Not at primary school anyway. Secondary school now, I then had to almost fight and show that I was, you know, capable and able, and I was in like the lower group. So, you know, you had the A, B, C, I was in the C, basically. I was in the C, and I wasn't supposed to be in the C because I was very much, I am intelligent. It's just that school, like I told you, started off badly for me, so I literally had to fight, and then eventually I did get put up in my classes. But for school at the time, you were in year 7, 8, 9. Year 9 would be the year when they would rejig your groups and change your groups. So basically from year 7, 8, and obviously in year 9 till the end, I was in classes that just didn't reflect my intelligence. So I got bored. I would chat in the classrooms. My teachers noticed this, so they would give me extra work. And this helped me a lot until I eventually did some exams, and then I moved up. in year 9, but it took such a long time, and really and truly, like in that kind of system, it shouldn't take that long, because some children could really lose interest.
Yes, that's right.
And not bother come back. And as much as it's a legal thing to go to school in the UK, there are still children that just won't come to school, like especially if they feel like they're not being heard, they're not being listened to, you know, they're not being cared for. I'm just lucky that I had a family that were, you know, obviously interested in me, interested in what I was doing. Otherwise I could have easily just fallen through the cracks, like it does happen.
That's true.
So and I always knew I wanted to be something. I wanted to do something with my life. I didn't want to have playtime the whole time, you know.
But you wanted some playtime.
Yeah, I wanted some playtime. But yeah, for me, it wasn't until when I went to college, again, I loved college. It was a great experience. Secondary school, I hated it. I hated the whole situation. I hated my school. The pupils there, I didn't mind. I liked them. I just didn't like the system. I didn't like the way it was, and I just felt like it really did nothing for me. It wasn't good for me. When I went to college, I enjoyed myself. Again, it was a bit more playtime, but no, I was you know, I did focus on my grades.
That's right.
But also I realized that when I really love something or really enjoy something or have such an interest, that's when my grades will rocket.
Alright.
When I don't have the interest.
So what was your favorite subject in school?
In school I used to love English, science, geography, arts.
Okay, so that's where this artistical feeling came from.
Yeah, the creative side, you know. I was really, really good at art. I was very good at art, but I did drop it because at school, when you're in year 9, you choose what classes you want to take for your GCSEs.
Yeah, even the same here.
Yeah. So at the time, I wanted to become, which you're never gonna guess. So I bet you could never guess.
Ooh, you think so? I could guess.
Okay, go on then, try.
Maybe a Met?
No.
No?
No.
What could she be? A lawyer?
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to do?
I wanted to be a criminal barrister.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did some work.
You are going to be good at that.
Yeah, I did some work in, work experience, but I found it so boring.
Wow.
But it was because at the time I did it was around school holidays or summer holidays. Most people were out of the country, so there wasn't really much going on.
All right.
So the barrister that I was shadowing, he had some negligence cases. Which I did find that interesting at the time because they had a private investigator, and the private investigator went and was watching this person because they were claiming that they had gotten some injuries from, I think it was a car accident. Turns out that they didn't have these injuries, so then he had to go and fight that in court. And then there was some other sad things, like there was an older man who was losing his house, and there was a barrister that I didn't like. But beforehand, I really wanted to be a criminal barrister, so I had to drop art. I had to do more things like history, geography for more research kind of thing. So yeah, that was I loved that, and I used to love writing in English. I used to love creating stories. And things
So
like that.
you do French and other?
Yes, I did French. I did French and Spanish, but again, I was getting confused with the two, so I dropped Spanish and kept French. Still know a few bits. Nothing groundbreaking.
The good part of Gambia is you have the option to learn like Christianity or Islamic, so most schools they have this subject there. If you're a Christian, you can do that. If you're a Muslim, you can do what you're religious. If you're not, you can do it your own way as well.
That's good.
You have like maybe an hour in a whole week for learning about the religion.
I like that because I think it's quite good to learn different aspects. Because I feel like for me personally, I feel like life is a very much open book, and it's good to read all pages.
That's right.
You know,
that's true.
it really helps you as a person. I feel personally, so I like that. Yeah.
And at grade 9, you have the option to, like when you finish your grade 9, you have an exam that is a national exam that you need to go. If it is you're doing the Cambridge syllabus, that's the checkpoint exams they call it. Which they count by points. And then if it is the West African Examination Council, that one you have like aggregates from aggregate 6 to aggregate 54, I guess. So 56 then. So the best is aggregate 6, so going up. So if you pass a certain aggregate, you fail your exam. That means you need to repeat. But if you pass it very well, you have the option to do science, arts, and commerce. So these are the 3 fields. And the 3 fields, each field, you have the compulsory subjects, which is English, math, biology, and I think it was in private school it was French. So in government school I think it's 3 subjects if I'm not missing it, because it's been long that I was in school. So you have this option. So if you want to be a mech later on, you could do science to prepare yourself and know the terms and the scientific terms and all those things. If you want to do like literature, or you want to be an artist, or you want to do something that has to do with talking and writing, then you have to do arts. If you want to do like business administration, or you want to do something that has to do with finances, accountancy, and all those things, then you have to do commerce. So you have these options to prepare yourself.
Sounds quite cool.
Yeah.
I've also heard that in some schools you can do agriculture.
And we all do agriculture in Gambia here.
Really?
Yes, everybody does.
That's really, because we don't, I can't say we don't, because I have to say I haven't been at school, but when I was at school that was not part of the syllabus, and I think that's really cool. Because that's part of life.
When we were younger, at the age of 14, 15, 13, 12, we all had our own bed, like gardens, small gardens. You have your own bed that you take care of, and you put something there. When it comes good, you farm every single day. You come and take care of. Life here is nice.
Cool.
School experience are nice in Gambia.
That is nice.
I would have been, I wouldn't have been as good as a student anywhere else if not in Gambia.
Really?
It's wonderful. And then
it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. So I'm going to ask, it's a really ridiculous question because someone asked me something similar, but don't you guys get majorly hot in the classroom?
No, you get used to it.
Really? Because I always look at the children going to school and things, and I'm like, I don't know if I could cope.
It's the same thing that I told to my husband the other day. I said, how can these students be walking this long distance from their school?
Yeah.
He told me that, didn't you pass through that? I tell him that I used to walk like 20, 30 kilometers.
Oh, see, I don't even know how
just
long that is.
Just because we are in
miles.
Groups, like miles. We are, like when we close schools, like 30 minutes distance for driving. We'll be in a group and we'll be walking and talking.
But I suppose you're enjoying it.
Yeah, we enjoy it because we are with friends and we're talking, chatting, playing.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I used to finish college, and my friends and I, because we all kind of lived in the same area, but we lived off of different roads. So we would end up on the corner of one of my friends' roads.
That's how everyone does.
And we just stood there chatting,
and you would
this
chat
was for years. And can you imagine whoever lives in that house? They never complained, never ever, never to us, never said anything.
That's true.
Every single day for I don't know how many years we would do that.
For us, what used to happen is like we were every day prepared.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have our clothes in our bags, and when we just close from school, we just wear them. So, like, we are not allowed to use phones in school.
Yes,
so
same.
Once you bring a phone and it is been seized.
Yes,
and sometimes it is given to you after the end of the year.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't even have your phone back.
Wow.
They just,
Yeah,
so,
same.
What we did was like we would play games. You know, we had so many games that we could just play when the teacher is not around.
What kind of games did you play as a child?
Well, funny games, crazy, huh?
Do you know, I'm asking as well because I saw a video, African Diaries. She did a video where she did some games that she used to play, and they looked so fun.
Yeah. We had this, what they call the akara. Like you clap your hands and then you give your legs. If you have the same rule, and then that means you fail and the person is coming in front. So, and we had this thing that we called it when I was very young, like maybe about around the age 12. We had it. We call it 10-20. They will draw numbers and they will mix it, and then you will have to be touching them. If you miss the number, that means you fail. So, like, we had Alafini, the one that you used to draw on the floor and then start jumping and throwing some things. So,
some cool games.
So many cool games, so much fun. And if you like playing, if your kids like playing a lot,
like me,
they're fitting right here. But the education is very good.
Oh, that's good. So overall, you would say that?
Yeah, the education is very good in Gambia. even in government school, you see fantastic results at the end of the year. And in private schools, mostly I could say the government schools usually brings out the best results in the year at the end of the year, because like so many underprivileged young children are in government school, but their heads are even sharper than those in the private sector. You know, when you're vulnerable, you're poor, and you know what you want and you know how to get it, you always work hard for it. So before, like, you see very few schools around, because my grandma used to tell me, my elder sister, like she used to walk like kilometers every day back and front to school, because there was only one school in that whole district. So so she used to walk really long distance, but now every street that you go, you find a school.
I see quite a lot of schools.
A lot of schools,
and
a
I've
lot
seen
of
a couple
different
of
schools.
nurseries.
So the sacrifice is very few now. So if you have a child that wants to learn, I'm pretty sure if they really want to learn, they're gonna learn, because it's a nice place to learn.
What about like the teachers? Are they like super strict? Do they whip you if you've been naughty?
Oh my God. I had the best teachers in the universe. There's no teacher that I went through that I could say something negative about.
Oh, that's so nice.
Like for those that are coming and their children have like health issues and all those things. Like I had health issues with my legs, so most of the time I stay in a hospital or I stay at home. So when I miss an exam, or when I couldn't come to school, or I miss a test, when I come, they give me special treatment to take my test. You know, usually it doesn't happen in all schools. So if you have a child that is having some health issue and you think that it's a bad option to get them here, no, it's not.
They treat them the same.
They treat them the same. They give them extra attention.
Oh, that's good.
My teacher will come to the class. Everybody kneel down except Fatamatta. And I will be like, okay. And I'm the biggest noise maker in the class.
Wow.
And the students will be like, you were the one talking, and now they make us all, they punish us all, and they don't punish you. What happened? I said, okay, I'm a special student.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. I kind of wish that I got to experience school here.
It's nice, and oh my God. I used to go to school like from morning. I wake up, I used to live at Tanja, so I would wake up 4 a.m. in the morning. And prepare, and then get out of the house by 4:30, and then I'll be at school by 7. I'm usually the first student in my school.
So it took you 4:30, 5:30, 2.5 hours
sometimes. Because I used to walk long distance, because usually when it is raining season inside Tangier, oh my God, it was. And I didn't want no schools that were close to my house. I always like to work hard for what I want.
Wow,
so I was going like to Panifin, just if you know the distance from Tangier to Panifin, every single morning.
Wow.
And I'm usually the first student in the class, in the school.
Wow.
And then at 4:30 when we close school, I would just rush to my auntie's house. It was like close to my mother's friend. It was close to the school.
I
would change. And then I would go back to the school. I would stay there till midnight to study alone with my teacher, French teacher. Alone.
We were very different.
I would stay there till midnight. Like, oh my God, I was one of the only student that was doing that in my school, in my high school.
We were very different. Oh my gosh, I'm making myself sound really dumb because I'm not.
No, you're not. I was different in our own ways.
I would say I peaked when I got to university. Once I got to university, then I really realized I actually love what I'm doing.
I wish I played. I wish I played. Yes, my dear. I wish I played. I still wish I was playing when I was a child, because now I feel like I want to play, but it's too late.
But it's never too late. You know, you just have to sometimes.
Too many responsibilities now.
I understand that, but I always feel like you should never let the child in you die.
You know,
you should keep her or him alive, because it keeps you alive.
No matter how things are funny, when you say it to me, I just look at it and I say, that's not funny.
Oh no.
That's because I was always focused in school, and that I didn't look at the best part of life. But it was nice. It was a nice experience.
No, I had some great times, I must admit. Like my first year at college was the best. Like I was just really finding myself, kind of like gaining some confidence, meeting so many new people, having so many new experiences. and studying.
Okay, and studying. All right, that one was not forgetting.
But I left college with very mediocre grades. They weren't fantastic, but I still got into the university that I wanted to get to.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, I was accepted because I applied for 2 or 3. I think you did 3 at the time, but there was my first choice took me, but they said I had to do like a bumper class to be able to do the course that I wanted to do. But then my other university were like, you can just come. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go there. So I went to, it's called Bedfordshire University now, but it was called Luton at the time. It was called Luton University. And my first year again, I really enjoyed myself. And then the second year I was like, playtime's finished.
Aww.
Like literally, because like the first year, I realized how well, how good I was at what because I was doing BSc psychology, bachelor's in psychology, and I was getting these really good grades, and I was like, wow, so okay, I'm really enjoying this, I'm going to do this, and I realized, no, if I put my head to it, then I can really do it. Like my confidence was really knocked when I was at secondary school, because I was in these low groups and no one was listening to me, so I just really thought I wasn't that intelligent, you know. And then once I got to uni, I realized, no, I am, and I was getting all these great marks. And I remember my first assignment, not having a clue what I was doing, I think it was like a B, and my tutor being really shocked. He was just like, I can't believe that you got like such a good grade on your first assignment. I was like, me neither. But I loved uni. Only the last year now I was getting bored of it. I was over it. I just wanted to pass and leave, and I was ready for the new chapter in my life. Like that's the one thing about me. I love change. I love new challenges. So I was ready. I was like, yeah.
I think we have that in common.
Yeah.
I love new challenges.
Yeah, me too.
You know, life without challenge is just like so boring.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It makes a lot of sense to have things, you know, tough sometimes, but you have to really work hard to get it. Then when you get it, you know how to cherish it.
Exactly. And that's what I kind of think my whole schooling life, including university, really taught me. Like, you know, just because you might get a few knockbacks and, you know, people might not believe in you or think that you can do whatever you can do, but you can.
You can always
you know,
do
you can always do it.
Yeah, there's some things that they do here in public schools. Like every week we have a student that is reading news in assembly. Like all the students standing, and then you have a newspaper and you read, and you know, it boosts the confidence, and it helps you, you know. Yeah. It helps the student to not be scared of talking in public.
Yes.
So I used to be very good at those things, so I love public speaking.
Do you?
Yeah, even recently I did a public speaking course.
Ooh.
Because I love speaking in public.
I don't know if I do. I don't think I really have.
Really?
I don't have no problem. When I used to have to do like presentations, like in my any school, college, uni, I was fine. I did it, but I don't know if I love it or not.
I love it.
No one would believe me, especially having a YouTube channel.
I'm an aspiring public speaker, so I really need to know the deep details about everything.
Interesting.
If it was a whole profession, I would have gone for that.
Wow, just public speaking.
Just speaking in public.
Or maybe you should be in politics.
No.
That sounds like, but that's all public speaking and a lot of...
Yeah, but in a different way. I would have gone in a motivational sector, you know, talking about things, you know, motivating people, especially the students that are coming up, you know, talking about things that we are talking about right now. So it will be great.
Yeah, see, I feel like as much as my educational side wasn't that great, I did enjoy my younger years. Like I really, really did, and it sounds like you did too. Even though you say I feel like you should have done a bit more playing. I feel like we should have taken a bit of elements from each other.
You know, the only play I think I remember you doing is rapping. You know, when it's break time at my junior school, SOS. I went to SOS as well. So we'll go behind the canteen where they sell the food. The students, and then they'll be clapping and I'll be rapping. And
no way! Do you know I did something similar? Me and my friends, right? Because when I was younger, there was, do you know UK Garage? Yeah. So there was garage music, right? And there was everyone was called like an MC who could MC over it.
Yeah.
So me and my friends developed a group called the Garage Angels.
Oh my god!
And I thought I could MC. I was terrible. I couldn't even remember one of them to this day. I can't lie.
One thing I was terrible at was dancing, because we formed a group. We call us was it the hot girls that they used to call us? At the age of 14, 15, you know, we would dress the same, you know, we would wear the same clothes, and we call ourselves dancers. But I was not able to dance. So
but don't you hate when you're in a group with your friends and they don't tell you're not good at the thing?
So my friends are always scared of telling me I'm not good at dancing. So what they will do is, when I'm late, they will dance before me.
Oh no!
So one day we had an end of year, like a party that was happening.
Yeah.
So my friends and I were supposed to perform on stage.
Yeah.
But because they knew that I cannot dance, and if I go on stage, I would disgrace them, they asked me to go with someone somewhere. I couldn't remember anything about it, but I went and they performed before me. So I came back and I was angry because I was the head of the group, but they knew that I cannot dance. So I was stressed. In the what I did was I said I was gonna take a track all by myself to dance on stage that day.
Oh wow!
The track was like gunshots because I don't know how to dance. So if it gun do boom,
oh my
god! The last gunshot, I fell down and I said I died.
Oh
People were laughing.
God! Yeah.
No, those days were nice.
Oh, that is fun. Yeah.
Primary school was great. Junior school was great. Senior school, I didn't have friends, but like I used to move with everyone. I didn't have like a particular friend during my senior school. Because like it was always tough just staying with one person, you know, talking about everything. So when I meet a group sitting down, I come, I talk, I make people laugh, then I move on. I go to the next group. I didn't have a particular friend during high school.
So it's like you were friendly with everyone.
Everyone. I was just friendly with everyone. It's one secret to pass the high school tricks. Trust me. If you are friendly with everyone, you will not give no one the chance to be mean to you. So it was one trick that I used. So everybody knew that Fatima is friends with everyone. So nobody's gonna feel bad if I talk to somebody else.
I know, it's so funny when you're like that kind of age. Your friend groups are so kind of important, and then you do have like slight jealousy of, oh, well, why is my friend talking to this friend?
What happened to me was like I had few friends during my primary school. And when it was in a public school that I went, that was 2 years. That's the only 2 years that I went to a public school. Because we were living somewhere far and my mom saw just one school close to our house. So she enrolled me. But I did 2 years there, that's the 5th grade and the 6th grade. So when we reached the 6th grade, I had to go to another school, that's the junior school. So, and that school didn't have junior school, so I have to look for a school further. My friends went to public school because they were not financially stable with that. My mom, she was not financially stable, but she was ready to leave everything for my schooling. So everything that she had, she just wanted me to have the best education. She wanted me to be who I am today. So
that's beautiful.
That's how I missed with my friends. They went to a public school and I went to a private school. So when I went to junior school, I couldn't make new friends because you know, kids growing up, you know, you get used to each other. So when you get to junior school, to make really someone that you're attached to, like somebody that you grew up with, was kind of tough for me. Not for everyone, but for me it was a kind of tough. So I just made everyone my friend. I just made everyone my friend.
That's nice though. That's nice. Oh, I've really enjoyed this.
I know.
I suppose I can't think of anything else to really. So we've spoken about the types of schools. We've spoken about how well you think they are. So I know one whips the children.
There are some teachers that could whip, but now they don't whip anymore. Now they just punish you. They just ask you to kneel down. You know. We used to have a teacher that would ask us to kneel down under the sun.
Oh no! You know you don't want to get in trouble with that
so
teacher.
that we don't get into trouble. So we made sure that we were always in our best behavior.
So would you say on a whole that most children in the school are quite well behaved?
Yeah, they're very well behaved. Most of them. You have just few that are not well behaved. usually those people are some of them are dropped out when they get to the 9th grade. They just don't want to continue with schooling and all those things.
Or what about like, because in the UK or in London you tend to have, oh, don't go to that school because that school the behaviour is really bad, or if you go to this school the teaching's really bad, or like, you know, you have, everyone knows what kind of school they want their children to go to or not go to. Do you have the same kind of mix here?
It sometimes happens that someone will just tell you that, no, I don't like the school because they don't learn a lot and all those things, but they might not learn a lot to you, but somebody else thinks it's a perfect school. So like, we don't have that complex like the schools are fighting each other like that.
Yeah, so
it's just that you always have to prepare your child.
Yeah.
When you know that this is what you want, you have to prepare your child towards that way.
Right.
Because you can come to a school where everybody is not learning, and then you come, you know what you want, you just learn. Yeah. For me, like, I always had my research. If my teacher teaches me a topic, when I go home, I don't sleep, I don't play.
Right.
I go and think about what he says. I go on Google, make research, read textbooks and all those things.
So basically, if you work hard, then you'll get what it is.
Yeah. All schools are the same almost, I could say. Yeah. All schools are the same.
Okay. So it wouldn't necessarily matter if you lived in a certain area, whatever schools around you, they should generally be quite good.
Yeah, it depends. But some schools, like, the experiences are a bit weaker. Like when you have a lively child and you know that he or she cannot cope with this kind of people, you just look for something else. Like mostly when people are coming from the UK or the US, they consider CBEC, they consider Marina International, they consider Apple Free, they consider SOS and all those schools. So like, because they're famous. But if your child is like at the age of 3, 4, you can just pick any nursery school that is around you. You don't have to go really far. Yeah.
So what kind of things do you think that maybe they might have in the schools here that people would be shocked, or it might be different? Like, for instance, I know most people obviously like going to the toilet in the UK. Most people don't use the latrine toilet. So would they only have more just latrine toilets in schools, the squatting toilet?
In school, like my high school where I went, we had normal toilets.
Oh, okay.
We had normal toilets. And
so
SOS, SOS too, we had normal toilets.
Yeah.
Just the public school that I went at didn't have really good toilets. So if it comes to toilet, maybe we should consider more on the private sectors because they are more upkept and then they're more clean, you know. So, but the private schools that I went to, they didn't have no issues with their toilet. Everything was always clean because we all know that what we want to see, so we make sure that we leave the toilet the way we want to meet it. It was very important for us. And, dealing with grown-ups was easier.
And things like, how long are lessons? An hour?
Yeah, we have like 45 minutes, and we have 30 minutes. It depends. We have like, how do we used to call it? I don't remember how we used to
recess or like a break.
No. Yeah, we have a break. Like when you go to school from 8:30. Some go to at 8 o'clock, but some at 8:30.
Right.
Then till 11 o'clock you have a break.
Okay.
Then you have after break you have classes till 2:30. Then you close.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to stay for studies, you have to stay till 4:30.
Okay.
Then you go home.
Okay.
Some schools, like the private school, it is compulsory to pay to stay for studies, but you have to pay for that.
I see.
So it's like extra classes every day, but you have to pay for it.
Okay.
So it's different from the school fees itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So generally schools start from 8 till 2:30?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Some close earlier.
Okay.
Some at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Different school and different timing.
And what about food? Do the children usually have lunch at school?
Yeah, we used to buy food. There are usually canteens and women who sell food in the school. They sell juice and bread with chicken, with fish, anything that you want to eat. So you come to school, you buy it. Some parents will just make a lunchbox for their kids.
So it's the same in the UK. Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else that maybe a parent, well, you're a parent, so is there anything that you could think of that some parents might ask?
Well, my daughter is in her 2nd grade. She's in grade 2 now. And for her, when she goes to school, we just give her money. When she goes, she buy food, because sometimes when we make the lunchbox for them and they get to the school, they come to see something that they want, and they don't have the money to buy it because their mom just made a lunch list for them. So they want what their friends have. So it leads them to begging from their friends. So always we make sure that we just give you something when you go. You buy what you want to eat. But sometimes it's also very much safe to make a lunchbox and just leave your child to eat what you make for them, because you don't know how they cook the food. Sometimes it's not, you know, they eat it and they have problems with their tummies and all those things, especially when you're coming from outside. Well, the Gambians, they're used to it. When you are coming from outside, if you can make something for your kids, you know, something fast, just
I suppose the longer that you're here, get used to it. Because now I can drink the tap water and things like that. Like, it doesn't hurt my stomach.
We had tap waters. So you just have your bottle and you just fill it up. And then
that sounds quite
the same.
Yeah, there's only a few small differences, but it sounds more or less the same. And your children, they're enjoying school?
My little boy is 3 and the smaller one is 1 year 7 months, and he'll be starting soon. So my little boy will be starting nursery 1.
You'd never think that she has children, would you?
I have 3.
3!
8, 3 and 1 year 7 months.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Cute one, very cute kids.
Wow. Yeah, I saw your son dinner on your WhatsApp. Yeah, cute kids. I love kids. Anyway, I do love, sorry, children. People might not like it.
I have 3.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Is there anything else you think maybe you would like to share, or reckon that's it? I can't think of anything. Personally, I can't think of anything else.
Just for those that are thinking that they're coming to Africa and they don't think that the school is as good as in the UK or in the US. Come on, come over. Everywhere is the same. And here you have the opportunity to learn more practically. So
I love that. I love that.
So it's different. And like my children now, I'm trying to get them to my farm. You heard of my farm?
Yes.
Oh my God. Great.
Oh, it's to explain. My farm is it's Gambian owned, right? And I think it's people whoever grows certain things, they sell it there, right? Yeah. So it's organic, fresh produce, basically.
And they teach the kids how to grow plants.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And your kids will get the opportunity to learn the local languages and all those things. So it's a nice place for the kids. So,
that's nice.
And it's very practical.
Yeah, that's
very
nice.
Practical.
That's nice. I like that.
So.
Oh, I'm glad you came on, because there's no way that I could have given half of the information that you gave me. Even if you had just told me, it still wouldn't have come out the same way. So I really enjoyed this conversation with you.
I did too.
Really good, and thank you so much for coming. I asked specifically if she would come and do the video with me, and she was very open.
And I'm open to talk about anything that you want. That's fine.
And I want us to do, because I don't know if you recognize Fatamatta, we did a video last time on her charity that she's doing with the women, and I want us to do another kind of a recap on that and see how that's going as well. Maybe we can add something else in that topic as well, who knows. But anyway, thank you again, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was informative for you, and I will see you in my next video. So take care.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Bye.